Okay, I'm Amiyah. I'm a senior at Montezuma Cortez High School. My internship was in Santa Barbara at UCSB at the Reef, which is the on-campus touch-take aquarium. The Reef stands for the Research, Experience, and Education Facility. I studied marine biology. I'm not going to go through all the animals that were there, but there was a lot. Some of the big ones were Seastars, sea urchins, and we actually had 2 resident animals. We had our moray eel, Love, who was actually blind, so we could pet her, and she was super sweet. And we also had Boris, who was the California spiny lobster. I'm not going to try and get the laser. But he was estimated 85 to 90 years old, which is a really big lobster. At the aquarium, I did a lot of Aquarius tasks, so like feeding, cleaning, drainage, flow, water salinity, stuff like that. I did a lot of testing on the water quality in the Santa Barbara Channel. I also worked a lot of programs with kids, and I worked with undergraduates, which you can see up there. These are some pictures. While I was up there, the Seastars actually started spawning. It was spawning season, and so that's pretty cool. They're broadcast spawners, so they shoot their gonads into the water. That's a picture of Boris's last molt compared to some scallops, so he's pretty big, and the inside of a mussel. And to test the water quality, we put those in a blender in a different lab and get the water quality stuff. I participated in 2 labs, the Hoffman Lab, which works with Kellex whelks, and it's basically just trying to make a fishery for them, and then as well as the white abalone restoration project. Since they are reproductively extinct in the wild still, we're trying to bring them back. The last week of my internship, I worked with a program called Tech Trek, which was a math and science camp for girls. We did a lot of cool stuff. We had a marine biology class that I helped teach. We went on a boat and we actually did a plankton lab, saw some dolphins, and got to teach the kids how to use a microscope. And that's some zooplankton that we found. In my free time, I hung out a lot with my roommate, who is also an intern, Taylor. I don't think she's here. But yeah, I live in an apartment in Isla Vista, which is about a mile away from campus. I went to my first concert, which was really cool, and I went to the art museum and tried a lot of Santa Barbara delicacies. Some surprises were that I actually enjoyed working as an educator. Kelp is really important to the ecosystem in Santa Barbara, and in the kelp, there's a lot more than you would think. Also, during Tech Trek, we found out that more money is spent on space exploration than ocean exploration, which is crazy since space is out of this world. My internship was connected to the real world by connecting everything together into one system. In Santa Barbara specifically, it was connected by the watershed, the channel, the beaches, and the harbor. And it's important so we can learn how to conserve our oceans. Some advice is work as much as you can, but don't burn yourself out because your time will go by fast. Things might also change last minute, so be sure you know how to adapt. If you're working as an educator like I did, make sure to study stuff you learned. Early is on time is late, and late is unacceptable, which is a good thing to go by. Ask questions if you're not sure about what you're doing because people will help you. And bring all your skills because you never know when a kid's gonna run away with a snail on a spatula. A quick thank you to Sarah, my mentor, Scott, all the undergrads, Tech Trek, and Pinhead behind the scenes.